we are going to be working on a haul. I got a few things and I wanted to share them with you. Let's see, I'm going to start with 13 Moons. It's an online occult witchy shop that you can buy your supplies at. I think I do an order with them like once a year. I'll set my limit for like $100 and then I'll go in if there's anything I want, just kind of like snag it up. So 13 Moons, you can find them online. They included a cute little cat charm this time. Last time I got like a bee, this time I got a cat. So I'm just gonna jump right into it because I feel like there's a lot of stuff to share and I really don't want to have a 30-minute long video. So the first thing I got was a couple of these pages that are meant to be inserts for your Book of Shadows type of thing. And oh, I love what the camera did with the color right there. Beautiful. So I got this one, the Owl Prayer, because you know, guys, I'm crazy about my owls. But I have a feeling, I got the intention was to put them in my Book of Shadows, but now that I see them in person, they are just, especially this one, I really love this one. I think I'm going to frame it and put it up on my wall, to be honest. I'm like, it's just, it's too cool. I don't know, that's really pretty. And it will look so nice in like a nice gothic-y black frame. And then the other one I got was this one. I'll explain why. Everything will come together later on as we go through this box. But yeah, this is another one where it's talking about the runes. Again, this is meant to put in your Book of Shadows type of thing. It goes over each one and what it means, etc. And I'm like, I don't know, I just think these are really cool. This one might actually end up in the Book of Shadows. I'm not really 100% sure yet because I think they're really cool. Oh, back on the owl one, I believe they have quite a few other ones, you know, like they have bear and wolf, and it's like the owl, this one's the Owl Prayer or mantra. So I'm like, they have quite a few other animals on that one. So one of the other things that I got, I was flipping through some of the books they had or whatever, and I hadn't seen this pop up anywhere. And this one is the Hearth Witches Compendium. This is Magical and Natural Living for Every Day. This is by Anna Franklin. Coming in close for the screenshot without blinding you. So there you go. The main reason I got this is because there is a chapter in here about cleaning in a, you know, like household cleaning in like a witchy manner. And I was like, ooh, I wonder what kind of ideas she might have, because I'm all about finding those ways to sort of like keep the mundane things more witchy as much as I can. But going through this, I see a lot of herbal remedies. I see, ooh, here's a mask for oily skin. How nice. Here's a deep cleanser. There's a lot of like, I want to say, recipe type of things in here. I'm like, if you are a kitchen witch and that is your jam, this book has got a crap ton of witchy recipes, straight up, you know, like food and crackers. Here's a strawberry wine, a plum wine, orange wine. Let's see what else they got in here. Elderflower fritters. Okay, I'm like, you know, depending on what's going on, like here, Beltane, traditional foods for Beltane, and then it goes into making different things. There's some cool stuff in here. Like, I'll be honest, I am not a kitchen witch. I suck in the kitchen, so I'm like, some of these things I'm not even going to go near. But this was really cool. This is crystallized flowers, and they're using sugar and water, edible flower blossoms. That could be interesting, you know, as like an experiment too. But yeah, and they're using, that's like a little thing that you could do to celebrate Beltane. So I'm like, yeah, if kitchen witching is your jam, this guy is probably something you might want to check out. It's a big one too. It is not no skinny little book. It is substantial. But yeah, mostly I wanted to really check out the household cleaning ideas that she has in here, you know, physically and spiritually. I just wanted to see what she was going to say. So I'm all about finding new stuff. So the next thing I grabbed was, one of these little spell candle sets. You know, these are all over the place. You can find them pretty much everywhere. This is one of the ones that had like all the colors of the rainbow. Let's open him this way. So a 20 chime set. He's loaded with all the colors for all of that candle magic. Anything you can possibly whip up, it's covered. Wanted to get some of those specifically because some of the candles that I get at the dollar store, they're thicker, they're bigger. These ones are more skinnier, and you will see why I wanted these candles a little bit later. And I got some myrrh incense. I really dig this one. It's the Hembran. But I wanted them in cone because I have a little burner and I love to use that. So my little cauldron type burner, and got those for that specifically. Then I grabbed good old charcoal. You can't go wrong. I'm like, I want to say it was like $3 or $2, something like that for their charcoal. And I'm like, whoa, man, that's a pretty good deal. And I can't find these anywhere in my town. So whenever I buy stuff from 13Moons, I usually pick up 1 or 2 things of charcoal. So let's see. One of the other things I grabbed was, I was really curious about getting some more gardenia in my practice, especially during the full moon. I love the smell of gardenia. So I'm like, these are gardenia little pod type things. I really don't think they're carrying the scent or whatever, but I have yet to open them and play with them, so I'm gonna have to get back with you on that. But this was one of the things that an herb or flower that I really wanted to incorporate in my practice a little bit more. Full moon, new moon kind of thing. I'm like, there's something about gardenia that's just special, man. The way it smells, oh my god. So another thing I grabbed was the sandalwood, and this is powdered and it's the yellow version. So I grabbed him, sprinkle on the charcoal disc, and then I grabbed, oh, I think this was one of those last minute purchases on your way out. You know, you kind of see it and you're like, hey, that might be kind of cool, let's try it, why not? They get you, you know. And I'm like, they just have these little packages of black salt, and I was like, okay, let's see what they got, let's see. You know, let's see if it's really actually salt when it comes in. And sure enough, I actually opened this and, like, you know, it was salt. It is salt. It is black. Just out of curiosity. So a couple of little tool type things I grabbed. I've been on the lookout for a funnel. I wanted one that was gonna be a little bigger than this guy. The size is right. That's the right size that I wanted, but it's super duper skinny. Oh man, I think the only way that I would ever use this is if I was adding an essential oil to, you know, a base oil, and I really wanted to control, you know how some of them when you dump them over they spill out really fast? I might use it then. Otherwise, I really don't know. I don't know. I wish it was a little bit bigger. But it was like $1 or something. And then I grabbed one of these little dauber thingies because, you know, when you're taking an essential oil, sometimes I feel like I get a little more control just dropping this into the bottle and then adding it to whatever I'm working on. So yeah. And then incense again. Gardenia was on my mind when I was doing this, and I think I had a cheap gardenia incense that I got from like Walmart or something, and I'm like, you know, sometimes those Walmart incense are not the best. So I went straight to him and I was like, I just want to try it and see if theirs smells better, etc. Oh yeah, it does. It smells better. Got that. And then let's see, I think, okay, yeah, this guy's coming out. Obviously he wants to say hi. So this guy was the only crystal that I bought from them, and it just kind of popped up, and I was like, you know what, I don't have any of that, and I would love a piece. And it was pretty damn cheap too. It's just a tiny itty bitty piece of black kyanite. And I'm like, I have some kyanite, which is actually a pale blue kyanite. It's like turquoise kyanite that I found out here in Arizona. Out in the desert one day, I found like freaking 5 or 6 chunks of it, and I'm talking chunks as big as my hand. And so I kind of, and it was you know, I just have a special spot in my heart for Kyanite because of that. And I'm like, I've always wanted to find some black. I'm like, okay, if it can happen in blue out here, I'm waiting for the black. And I've yet to find it, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna grab me a little piece. So I'm like, I got him. And then, ooh, who's over here? Who's over here? Oh, this little guy, little tiny broom for the altar setup. This is a Besim, little, you know, the little beady ones. I was like, oh, he'll be so cute just to put him on my altar so I can sit there and protect the altar. It's been infused with frankincense and myrrh essential oils. And, you know, as the scent kind of dies down, you could just dab, you know, anoint it a little bit more or whatever. But I'm like, he has permanent residency on the altar. Or at least that's what I intended for him. But who knows? Maybe he'll end up somewhere around here in the house. I don't know. But yeah, little baby one. He tiny. And then, oh yeah, I got one of these sealing wax candles. Pretty much just bought that from my Book of Shadows. There was a little part in there where I had an envelope and I was like, man, I wish I had some of that sealing wax so I could just stamp it and close the little envelope thingy. So yeah, got it. Super cheap there too. Let's see. Next was, I finally indulged in a set of runes. I think these were Llewelyn too, which made me laugh when I first got it. But when I got it, it was, you know, wrapped in like plastic or whatever, and I immediately opened them because I wanted to touch them, I wanted to feel them. And this is something that I've been interested in, you know, but I haven't really bit the bullet and been like, oh, that's it, I'm getting them, you know. And I sat there. They have several sets of runes on their website, and I sat there and lurked on them for about a year, really, you know. I was looking at the amethyst ones and I'm like, nope, it's not what I want, you know. I just finally settled on the black agate ones. Comes in a cute little bag, cute little pouch. You can already hear that magic in there. Oh yes. These have already been taken outside and like charged under the full moon. Matter of fact, that full moon under the eclipse and everything. Oh yes. That was the first full moon. I was like, let's do it, guys. So yeah, this is my first set. They're black. They have little gold. And I'm like, they're just black agate. I'm thinking, but I'm not really 100% sure, I might take a silver Sharpie to them and make the gold silver. I think. I might. I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll see. So yeah, I got these guys. They do come with a little booklet too. I'm gonna cut that string. The booklet is like super duper tiny. I'm gonna have to get another big book, you know, learning runes, etc. So I'm like, if you guys know any good books out there floating around that you like, that are really good for like beginners with runes, comment down below. Seriously, share the love, because I'm like, I really want to learn about these guys and use them in my practice. I just think it's beautiful, and I'm like, any other form of divination, we want to add it into the mix, I'm down. So one of the last things I got from 13Moons was a little box, and I'm like, June is always stuck in my head for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons was last year was when I found the roadkill owl. Yeah, and it was a little barn owl, and he has become, you know, pretty much one of my little guides, that's for sure. But they have this cute little box, barn owl, and when I kind of thought, I was like, maybe I'll keep my runes in that box. That's why I kind of picked it up. And I'm like, it has the owl on every corner. The only bad thing about this guy is when he came, Arizona, it was like a freaking 120 degrees or something. The little mirror that is glued to the top kind of like popped off, and I'm like, I can't be mad about it, really. I can't, because like it was just glued on there or whatever, and I'm like, Arizona is hitting like 120 degrees in June, and I'm like, the heat just made it pop right off, and I'm like, you know what, I got some E6000, I'll glue that right on there, it's all good. So I'm like, yeah, this is a nice little box. I love the way it feels. It's not a shiny wood, it's kind of like matte almost, and I'm like, it's just barn owl, you gotta care. Dive into the Goodwill session. So first couple of things I'm going to share are a couple of like clothing items. Is that weird? I don't know, but you know what? This is my channel. I do what I want. I've already washed these, so I just kind of set them on top of the bag here. But yeah, I've actually already worn this. Dude, this skirt still had its tag on it. But where I work, dress code is black only. So yeah, when I saw this skirt, I was like, please tell me that will fit. And I'm like, yeah, it's nice and long, so I don't have to worry about showing the lady bits or anything like that. But God, I think it was like $2 or something. Still had the tag on from whoever bought it or got it or whatever. It wasn't even worn. So I'm like, yes. And then I found this one. So when you gotta wear black all the time, you try to throw in as much, like, I don't know, individuality as you can, because it gets freaking boring. And I'm like, I found this, I do like a good skirt, you know? This really long pencil skirt, but it's got this really cool leather detail on the sides. Yeah. So I've yet to wear this one because it's so damn hot right now. But the other one, yeah, I already wore that one. So yeah, those guys. And then I picked up this guy. Oh, so cute, so cute. This was a score. Little candle holder. Boop. He even had the snuffer. Are you kidding me? Because usually these things get lost. And I'm like, you know, you have your candle and you put them out. And I'm like, it's so cool because it just, oh, let's see if I can actually see that and do it. Aha, yeah. Goals. But yes, this little guy, yeah, when I had gotten him, and that's kind of why I got these, because I was like, the little hole there is actually pretty small. Like the candles I get at the dollar store or whatever, I ain't gonna fit in that. So I'm like, yeah, it's pretty cute. And I'm like, it's copper that's been silver plated. So I was like, we all know the magical properties of copper and everything. And I was just like, this is too cool. And I'm like, and to be honest, I love it when things are heavily patinaed. I really do. I'm like, I ain't doing nothing to that. It's beautiful the way it is. Love that. Got him. Prissy. Oh, what's this? Dude, you guys, I've had these in a bag for like a couple of weeks. I forgot what I got. Candle holders. Oh my god, these are so cool. You know how they're getting all the Halloween stuff out, and then like you go in there and they have Christmas stuff out. I'm pretty sure these were part of Christmas decorations or whatever, but these are badass. These are candle holders, you guys. I'm like, those are gonna look so cool on the altar or wherever. Just, yeah. They're solid glass too. I'm like, and they're, you know, they're heavy. They ain't going nowheres when you put them on the table. And I'm like, these guys were just too cool. I think I got them for $1 each or something. They were one of the sale items or whatever. Ooh, you go over there. Let's see if I can get this out without breaking anything. Oh, yeah, this. Super cute. I was like, oh, it's just a little holder, you know, but wouldn't that look too cute with the little crystals in it, you know, some of your little tumbled stones, like some of the really smaller ones. Yeah, it was really cute. Glass and silver, and then you got me. Oh, and this is adorable. A little pineapple. That's what we need, gothic pineapple. Put a black candle in there, boom, we're done. That guy, and then you know me. Yeah. Look at this. It's gorgeous. you know, it has to go with everything. Oh, and look at that, I have a crooked candle. I was gonna fix that before I recorded and I forgot. Oh well, it is what it is, you guys. There we go. This guy, this is pretty cool. They're store fine. $3.99 I think it was. Not too bad. And I'm like, he's metal too. This is a really nice candle holder. Super nice. I'm like, whew. And then last couple of things. One of the things I always look for at Goodwill are their picture frames. And I'm like, most of the time I'm looking for something silver or black. Usually that's my palette. And I'm like, but if something is not in my color range, I will take a can of spray paint to it in a heartbeat. Case in point, this guy. I'm like, it's a little needlepoint thing. And I'm like, the greatest gift is love. And I'm like, this is really sweet, you know, it's really cute. And I'm like, you know, but I think what I'm gonna do is paint the actual frame part black. I might not. I'm not really sure. I don't know, because looking at him here in the house, it kind of looks like he just goes. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I thought it was super cute. This is another one of those things that was the orange tag, so they were like 50% off. It was $1.99. I mean, what? But I just thought it was really kind of cute and very sweet. And a lot of times when you find these needlepoint type things in the Goodwills or whatever, they're all really like gross and stained or whatever, and this one wasn't. I just thought it was cute. I couldn't help it. So yeah, that's it for Goodwill. I'm gonna put those up there. And then last couple of things I got were off of Amazon. Yes, this has been a haul. I was watching another video and someone was doing a review for a deck, and I was just like, you know what, that is a beautiful deck. I believe it was Shamanic, I forget her name, but I'm gonna link her channel down below. So if you want to see this deck in like full review, it'll be down below. So she was reviewing Faerie Oracle, the Wild Wisdom of the Faerie Oracle. This guy, ooh, blinding you, that guy. Okay, I'm pretty sure everyone's seen this popping up everywhere. If you're following me on the IG, you've already seen it, because I've already been doing like little card pulls, you know, like on Mondays I like to kind of do that. That's kind of been my routine, or at least I try to. But yeah, they're very pretty. They're really nice cards. It's funny that this one was right on top, because today was my daughter's first day of kindergarten. So I'm like, yes, I had to have it. Once I saw her doing the review, I was just like, it's so pretty. And I was just getting some really nice vibes from it, and I just indulged. The art is really pretty. So I'm like, yeah, you can totally go and watch her video to see all the up close and personal shots. And you know, if you are not following me on Instagram, the link will be down below. Like I said, I've been doing pools and of those cards or whatever on there. And then one of the last things that I got was, you know, the adult coloring book thing has been going around everywhere. But I saw this, and it was funny because when I was buying the deck, this popped up in my recommended items, and I was all, I see you, Amazon, I see you right there. And I was like, actually, let's try that, you know. And yeah, so it's a giant, I want to say Book of Spells type of thing, but it's not really. But it's actually kind of cool the way that they lay these things out. Like, this is a little banishing thing, and it has like the herbs and resins and type of things that you would use to do a banishing spell. It has, you know, just some really cool artwork in here. I'm not going to sit there and say that it's full of information and it's a great studying tool. These are things that you might want to do if, you know, you're barely starting out, beginner, and you're curious about things, and you're working on your Book of Shadows. If you're working on your Book of Shadows and you want to add things to it, it's chock full of those really nice pages that you could color out. You're coloring while you're studying. Look, you can add your own spell to that and slap it in your grimoire. It's pretty cool. It's a very sweet book. It's very light and airy. It's not very serious or anything, you know. I don't think it was meant to be that serious, you know. I have seen some people kind of rip into it and be like, oh, that's just kids stuff. I'm like, whatever, please. If it's magical, if it's woo-woo, if it's spiritual, divination, moon, spells, whatever, I'm on that. So, yeah. Pretty cute little book. So, there you go, guys. Got that, you survived my gigantic haul. I don't know. It was too hot, you guys. You can't even get out of the house. So, a lot of online shopping happened. And I'm not sorry. My bank account is, though, I'm sure. Anyways, I'm gonna go get some cool tea and just cool off. So freaking hot. Ugh. If you guys want to keep track of what I'm doing next week, what video will be coming up, just hit the subscribe button. And let's see, I will put helpful links down below too. So like if you're like, where's the 13 Moons website? I'll just have it down below for you so you can click and go. And no, I'm not sponsored on any of this. It's just shit that I bought that I want to share with you guys, okay? And that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure you follow me on Instagram if you want to keep up to date on like my daily witchy stuff. Link will be down below, and I will see you next time.